Oh god, 3 Silver Surfman annuals in a row. This is like I am properly committing YouTube suicide, isn't it? This is Silver Surfman Annual 3, except I just lied there, and this is actually Silver Surfman Annual 4. This is an odd duck, this one. This is part of a crossover, a pretty dismal crossover called the Kovac Dallas Quest. This issue is probably the best part of that story though, the Silver Surfman part. A big reason for that is some phenomenal art by Ron Lee. That is Stanley Lee's little brother. But also, it is just the least annoying of the 4 parts of the crossover. This is written by Lim Girl, and the purpose of this crossover is twofold. Firstly, it was, both reasons are editorial mandates, really. Firstly, we had Kovac Dallas. Kovac Dallas was an ad Avengers villain who had like one huge storyline, and it was brilliant. It was written by Jimothy Shooter with art by Jorge Perez. But then Jimothy Shooter, he had been editor-in-chief at Marvel, and he was replaced by Tom the Falcon, who, for some reason, he decided to just gander town and retcon or ruin anything that was linked to Jimothy Shooter. His stories, his characters, I kind of went over it a bit with the Fantastic Four epic, where he retconned the Beyonder Man. This entire crossover, it was motivated by the desire to ruin Kovac Dallas, who was probably Jimothy Shooter's lasting legacy to Marvel Comics. He had done like the first ever big cosmic Avengers story, and it had a fairly iconic ending where Kovac Dallas, he realised that he had been wrong, that he was the bad guy, and he killed himself. But this crossover decided to retcon that and say what actually happened was, coincidentally, at the same time that Kovac Dallas was thinking that he might actually be wrong, off-panel, Galactus Man got annoyed and sent a magic laser through space and time to kill him. So his sacrifice, it was just retconned away, and any pathos of the story was completely removed. This story is all about Kovac Dallas coming back to life, and here we have got the Silver Surfman. He has found a planet that is like a utopia. It's like a peaceful, loving world. Also, he is wearing Kazar's magic bracelets, the Kwanzaa bands. The other editorial part of this crossover was that it was to launch a new Galactical Guardian series. And here we have them on this ship. And this issue is mostly just a fight between them and the Silver Surfman. And it's drawn really well. Really love this bit down here. They are looking out on their scanners and they're like, oh, there is nothing there. And then in the next bit, they're like, oh, where did he come from? Because the Silver Surfman, he is there. And the rest of the issue, really is just a fight between the Galactical Guardians and the Silver Surfman. The thing is, the planet is all peaceful and stuff, but it is peaceful through the usual thing of lack of free will. So the Galactical Guardians, they're fighting the Silver Surfman because they want to liberate this planet, have it turned to normal, give everyone free will again. It's a really simple story, really fun fight, fantastic art, and to prove that point, here is a truly sublime double splash page. This is worth the price of the comic alone. Silver Surfman fighting all the Galactical Guardians across 2 pages. Ron Lee, he is one of the true undersung legends of comic book artistry. Silver Surfman having the Kwanzaa bands, that is a plot line in the eventual Galactical Guardians book. What happened was, actually, you know what, I might cover those issues of Galactical Guardians one day, so I won't explain it all here. But this is just, this is really good stuff. If you remove all the unpleasant shite about this crossover's purpose as a whole mean-spirited diss to Jimothy Shooter, this is just brilliant. Then we have Kovac Dallas exposed as like the sage, zen-like figure, the father figure to the Silver Surfman on this planet, and he captures the Galactical Guardians, and this obviously makes the Silver Surfman realise that it's all wrong, and there's a hot girl, so at least this cautionary tale about utopias has got sexy women, really sexy. Then Kovac Dallas, he releases his control over the planet, and everyone on it grows hard and dies because he was keeping them all like young and stuff, young and pretty. And Silver Surfman, he leaves. Then we have got the backup stories, and same as last time actually, all 3 of these Silver Surfman annuals that I have reviewed, the backup stories, at least, they are all written by the main writer. This is Ron Girl, and this is infamously a story that broke Shade the Changing Man as a character. It is decided that this flirty adventurer, he has actually been using his pleasure powers to seduce women and effectively rape them. While that is obviously not quite the intent of this story, it's kind of just a throwaway line that Ron Girl, progressive that he is, sold himself out on and said that it was a mistake and that he didn't mean it. But years later, Dan Slott decides to run with the whole idea that Shade the Changing Man, he is a rapist. This story is modestly interesting as it features this character, this obscure character from a Jim Starman Excellent Men graphic novel who otherwise never appeared again. Then we have got the origin of Midnight Sun Man, and come on, you all remember him, Midnight Sun Man, come on, he's like one of the most important Silver Surfman characters of them all. He is actually a halfway interesting character, but he never really had much life. He never really appeared outside of the Ron Girl stuff. He was just quite quickly forgotten about. Though I think he did appear in a single issue of the Steve Engeltine run that came before Jim Starman's run, which came before Ron Girl's run. Pin-ups, Silver Surfman, The Defenders there by Kevin Magoo, that is a good one. Shame it's just the original 4 Defenders and Velcro. Would have been nice to have Batman and the Cat and Satan's Son and whatnot there. Then there is a Galactus Man that looks far too happy. Silver Surfman there. I think the reason there's so many Silver Surfman pin-ups, you've got to turn this one sideways, and I love doing that. This is Junior's art, and then I think we've got 2 more. But I think Silver Surfman, he was kind of like one of the go-to characters for portfolio pieces. So there was always loads of pin-ups lying around the Marvel offices, and it's easy to just tack them on to the end of some annuals. Even though the Kovac Dallas quest is a terrible story with a crappy attitude and agenda, this is an out-of-place, fantastic chapter in it. Even the cover is brilliant. Ron Lee, some of his best stuff. I rate this 7 thumbs up.